Well, hey everybody, I want to show you something. The wind's blowing real bad, but I'm going to get by this thing. You hear that siren? That's because they're going to blow some dynamite. Hopefully I'll have it on camera for y'all to hear it. I just come out here and just heard it, so I cranked the camera on real quick. But boy, the wind is blowing. There it went. You see the dust? See the smoke right there? That was a pretty big one. I actually could feel it in the bottom of my feet. I could feel it on this deck. That ought to tell you, oh, I'm zoomed in on my face or what. This wind is blowing so dang bad. I don't know if I aim it like this into the wind, I might can do it. That means I gotta walk backwards. If I go down here too far, I gotta walk backwards so you can hear me. That was a pretty big explosion that time. I'm gonna tell you something. It was yesterday or the day before that. I didn't hear no sirens, and I heard dynamite go off, but it wasn't a blast as big as that. I've heard 4 or 5 of them. That's pretty big. Oh man. The wind's blowing dead in my face. I gotta walk backwards so you won't be able to hear me at all. Make you mad and you cut my video off. Cause you say, he don't know how to video. He lets static in his video with the wind and all that. I got my chair set like this so I could kind of block the wind. Let's sit down and see. Yeah. There you go. I can aim it like this and I can see you, you can see me, and I think you can hear me. Pull it in just a little tighter, a little closer, and go ahead and tell you. I thought about saying some things today, and each time I kind of get shut down on it, because it's not time to tell you people everything that's coming. But I'm gonna tease you with this. Gary Sigler, a man that I admire deeply. He's a Christ-conscious being, lives out in Arizona. He was from Winston-Salem, North Carolina when I first met him. He, probably 2006, he had it, he gave it to me. It was The Secret, the very first one. See, there's 2. Number 1 had Abraham Hicks in it. So, I may post in the link description who Abraham Hicks is, because if you hadn't heard her talking, it's interesting. It'll get you to a certain point of inner knowing, and then you just kind of just move on up an octave a little higher. But Gary put out something about, which I've been knowing this, he's been knowing this for a while. We've been watching it come down the pike for a very long time. This corporation is what we've been under, has falsely and illegally been having taxation on taxation. How can you pay taxes on a house you already paid for and paid it twice in interest and then paid taxes on it until, oh, I gotta get my rag. My rag don't want to blow away. That's telling me, see, here's my blue rag. I usually put it under my butt. So, all right. Shoot. Now I gotta tell you what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. The thing is, we've been knowing for quite a while that the Act of 1871 put us under the corporation. And a few years ago, we've got really good intel, tells us that we're coming out of it. Of course, we know the corporation can't kick the can down the road anymore. The petrodollar, when's the last time you heard somebody mention the petrodollar? It's been dead for a while. That's why the prices and everything is skyrocketing, because the dollar has no value. Hell, 10 years ago it didn't have no value, but nobody noticed it. 20 years ago, nobody really noticed it, and if you really think of 20-year ago prices and you think of prices now, that's kind of a big difference. But what I'm going to show you here is a menu that Gary Sigler posted for a soda shop back in the 50s. Just look at the items on the menu, and you know what you can say what it is. Like, wow, that's a big difference. All right, I'm saying all that to tell you this. I'm going to post Gary Sigler's words in this video, and I'll show you a picture of him and a picture of his wife, and let you know he was one of the very first Christ-conscious beings that I met. I literally spent 2 weeks with him at his home, and he had books that blew me away. And he had videos that were based on people talking about truth. And so I was blown away with who he was and what he was. But, okay, so what's going to happen is, based on what he's saying and what I've seen coming down the pipe, is that in the settlements of these erroneous, how do you say it? There's corporate criminals that have the corporation of the United States under their thumb, using blackmail and black magic and just horrible murders and things like that. It's all coming to an end, and they've got to pay us all our back taxes. Now, wouldn't that be wonderful? But I got another caveat to add to that. I used to say prices when we did this changeover back to the Republic. I used to say that the prices of everything will go back to 1930s. That has changed. Sad to say. The prices aren't going to go back like that. I believe, from what I've been told and what I've been shown, prices are going to go back to what they were in the 1960s. From 1964 to 1969. They're going to reset all the commerce back on the gold and silver, and those prices will start being implemented, and will come out of poverty consciousness. Now, the thing about coming out of poverty consciousness is that's when you can focus on your heart and healing yourself and healing your friends and your family. All the wounds between people will heal when you got time, when you got no burden of trying to worry out how you're going to pay for everything. I'm not saying everything's going to be free, but everything is going to be very affordable. And if you do it right and don't spend all the money that you get for your so-called back taxes, you'll have a blessing. But if you go on and dive back into the world head first and start getting your ass in debt again, there's going to be some people like me come down on you and tell you you're doing wrong. Not that I'm going to know that you're doing it. You're going to be the one that's going to suffer. You got to get out of debt, period. We were never meant to be in debt. We were never meant to buy food from a big shopping mall. We was never meant to have 25 pairs of shoes. Things got to get back simple, people. And it's not religion that's going to get us there. It's the truth of Christ consciousness. It's the truth of what the teaching of Yeshua ben Joseph taught us. And a lot of other Yeshuas at that same time. There was a series of them came through consciousness to tell us something. But right now is the only time there is. That's why they call it a present. So stay your asses in the present and don't get in debt. And when this shift happens, this breakthrough from going from a democratic controlled mafia illegal government that is tied deep into the deep state, along with the ones that took them down that road, the Nephilians. You can call them Nephilians, Anunnaki. You can call them from not this dimension. You can call them a lot of things, but it ain't many of them, and it's a hell of a lot of us. And That's why I'm telling you this, so you can get prepared. You need 3 months worth of food, always. You need water, good potable drinking water. Catch it up, start saving it in bottles, jugs, anything that you can. Not that anything's going to happen here in Ozark, Missouri. We're in a safe zone. And I'll make a video about why I know it's a safe zone later on. But I'm talking to all you people that are from other states and might be a red state, might be a blue state, might be a black state. I don't know. I don't understand colors. I can tell you that it's part of the psyop to have it red and blue. I can tell you that right now. It's all got to do with false religion and false doctrine and false gods. Yahweh. Damn. When you find out the truth about Yahweh, then you'll have to really discover this truth of Yahshua, Christ conscious Ben Joseph, awakening to his true identity. And you'll awaken to your true identity, and you'll call it what it is. It's bull crap. You got to come out of all that world lies and propaganda and psyops that we've been under. Can you imagine all these years gone by since 9/11? And still everybody doesn't understand what happened that day. That's got to change, people. All right, I love you. Keep watching my channel. You're going to listen to Gary Sigler, and I'm going to post maybe something else. But y'all stay tuned. We're going to have a wonderful day. I was in the sun, now I'm in the clouds. Look, it's cloudy. I got to lay out here in the cold wind blowing. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
I have written before about what is happening now, but we are very close to a big change happening. Our country is very close to once again to being changed from a democracy to a republic, and not only our country but over 200 countries are changing to a republic form of government. When this change takes place, the United States government as it is now will no longer exist. There will be no more income tax, property tax, or any other taxes that you pay now. The U.S. corporation that now seems to be in control will be totally dissolved. It is a criminal enterprise. We are also be changed from a worthless dollar system to a gold and precious metal-backed financial system. I know this is hard to believe, but it has been in process for a few years and is almost complete. Most people do not know this, but the Federal Reserve is not a government organization but is owned and operated by a private organization owned mostly by bankers. The IRS is also the collection agency for the private company. When this shift happens, all the income tax you have paid will be returned. Within a few months everyone will never again be in financial need unless they are foolish or commit criminal activity. No one who is living now in this country has ever been told the truth. Our republic was changed in 1871 to a democracy. There is much more truth to be revealed about this, but I will say more later.